Get on Beybladers, Blade Bay X here, and by the end of this video, you will not only know how to build Beyblade X's strongest and most balanced meta deck, you will also know the integral aspects of launching that deck. The first combo should come as no surprise. Dragoon on Elevate has been at the top of the meta since the release of Whale Wave. The biggest debate on this combo is which ratchet to use, most popular ones being 160 and 560. My personal preference is 970. I also would recommend 570 for the extra weight and stamina, however 970 for me offers the best burst resistance whilst also having fantastic stamina. To launch this combo from the B side of the stadium, I use a reverse slingshot. For this launch, I like to take an inline surfer stance towards the bottom corner of the B side. From here, I hold the bay as close to the stadium floor as possible, opting for a palm grip on the back of my launcher so I can more gently place the bay into the stadium. From here, I aim to slide the bay from the bottom of the B side towards the top of the X side. That motion will then set up a reverse slingshot when Dragoon fires back towards where we launched it from. From here, it will likely hold onto the extreme line and start reverse Xing towards the X side of the stadium. After this, it will drop in to an evasive flower pattern, allowing us to avoid big hits and steel spin towards the end of the match. This launch has been amazing for me, often resulting in over and extreme finishes at the start of a match. Although I was able to achieve this with a 560 ratchet as well, I believe using 970 gives me more confidence when going for these types of launches. From the X side of the stadium, I use what I call the inverse X. Similar to a reverse X, I'm looking to get to the top of the B side corner and stall at the top of the rails. However, because we are in left spin, we are able to reach there in a different way to our right spin counterparts. Because of our left rotation, we are able to curve slightly more to the X side of the stadium as we get to the top of the B side. This slightly different angle should allow us to beat our opponent to the top of the B side rails. I take a balanced power stance over the X side pocket, pointing the rear corner of my launcher towards the top of the B side rails. From here, I launch nice and smoothly, making sure my bay hits the stadium floor nice and early so it can travel smoothly and avoid any kind of air clash or sniping. From here, not only will we often beat our opponent to the top of the B side, we can often send them into an instant X, resulting in them flying out of the extreme or B side pockets. Wizard Rod 960 Ball is not a new combo in any sense, but it is our stamina combo for this deck. From the B side, I use a Mad Maxi style drop launch to encourage as much stall time as possible before either dropping in from the rails or going into a more 50-50 and going for a longer reverse X around the X side of the stadium as well. Please go check out his channel and all his various guides on the drop launch. One piece of advice I would give you is that you need to ensure you have good launcher arm mechanics, as well as being able to allow your string grip to slip out of your hand with ease. To make that even easier, please check out our channel sponsor, Noozle3D.com, for the ultimate Beyblade X accessories and use code BladeBayX for 10% off. Please follow the link down in the description. From the X side, typically I will use a reverse X launch for Wizard Rod 960 Ball. The reverse X is what I would recommend every blader learns first to understand the real launching mechanics of Beyblade X. Getting these accurate rail riding and stalling mechanics down through your use of reverse X's will make you a much better and much more accomplished blader in this new generation. There is an argument that instead of Wizard Rod 960 Ball, you could use 960 Underneedle instead. It does have great matchups against Rod on Ball and also Goon on Elevate, but currently seems to really suffer against attack types, so for the moment I'm sticking with Wizard Rod 960 Ball. The final combination in this deck is our balanced attacker, and again, we do have options. My personal preference is Phoenix Wing 360 level, and for launching this combo from the B side, I use the false drop. The false drop is a launch best used with attack and balance type bits such as level, taper, point and rush. The primary goals of this launch are to climb high up into the top of the B side and either stall directly in the top of the corner or at the top of the rails ready to drop down and hit a powerful KO or burst shot. Failing an instant KO, there should be enough impact to send their bay wildly around the stadium whilst you proceed into a healthy pattern of hitting the X rail, causing continuous X dashes. To execute this launch, you must assume the power stance at the top of the B side of the stadium. From here, you must rotate your wrist and press down as you rip your launcher string. This will allow your blade to climb further behind the rail and under the shroud, allowing you to avoid an aggressive launch from your opponent. The tilt is moderate, around 40 degrees below level. You can put maximum power into this launch, but make sure you relax, keep yourself in a deep stance on the balls of your feet, and whip your launcher string back, releasing it at the apex. Launching this combo from the X side, I will typically also use the reverse X, making sure to stall for as long as possible at the top of the B side rails to ensure I can hit a heavy and hopefully instant KO against my opponent. The other blade option we have in this combo is Aero Pegasus. Aero Pegasus does have a wider spread of good matchups, including Cobalt Dragoon. However, I feel it has a worse matchup against Wizard Rod, and I personally am much more used to using Phoenix Wing than I am Aero Pegasus. So if you can't get your hands on Aero Pegasus, don't worry, you're not missing out on too much. There are a lot more meta deck builds and combos that I would love to share some specific launch tech on. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see an all attack build or an all stamina build next. Channel members have been enjoying this launch tech for a long time now, so if you don't want to get caught behind, please consider joining. And I'll catch you in the next one, Bladers. Peace.